There are 3 questions every product brand needs to answer if they want to be successful in today's saturated market and not eventually flatline. So, how will your product idea stack up? Are we ready? Question 1, which is an easy one. What category am I in? If you're a weaker brand, you'll answer something like, I want to launch an activewear label, and pretty much stop right after this question, thinking you know everything you need to know. You just go on and you slap a logo on some sort of Alibaba product and expect to sell out because your product is cool. But strong brands go on to actually answer another layer, which is question 2. And most people don't even know that this exists. Factories won't actually tell you these things. They'll just make whatever you want. They are yes men. They are more than happy to leave you with a storage unit filled with unsold products that you're never going to be able to move. So I know this because 10 years ago, this actually happened to me. I designed a product and a brand called STFU. We had 10,000 followers online before we even launched the single thing. But the brand still floundered, and it cost me years of pivoting and thousands of dollars in inventory before it really started moving. Our audience was just too generic, just like for the brands that only answered the first question. At that time, I pivoted to more women-friendly stuff, and we started making things like leggings, and we started changing the fonts to things that I thought would be a little bit more women-like. And then the guys simply stopped being interested in the brand. I started thinking to myself, well, how am I gonna make everyone happy? So eventually, by sheer chance, we did this co-brand with a gym, and it actually clarified everything for me. All of my inventory started selling out because we actually answered question number 2, which is that second layer. What specific problem does my product actually solve? So the weaker brands answer with really generic, suggestive, like emotional messaging. It's for women who want to feel strong, or for mums who feel like they deserve more. And my original answer was a brand for people who wanted to quit making excuses and just hit the gym. And I thought that was a really strong, powerful, and aggressive message that actually matched my brand. And I was feeling great about it. But then another gym asked for some clothes, and that's when things hit me. I wasn't solving the problem of helping people stick to their gym routines. I was solving a more financially viable problem, which I just hadn't realized yet. And I was filling the gap between gyms and factories, who in turn were then selling the products to a very focused and engaged audience. So my audience wasn't the gym goers, it was the gyms. I was essentially making their merch. And so just to clarify real quick, I'm not saying you should be selling to other businesses. I'm just explaining that's what I did. At the end of this video, I'll show you some more examples of strong answers from other brands. You see, strong brands address and solve specific problems. They're physical, logistical, emotional, or even bottleneck problems that once solved, the customer cannot live without. Unlike weak brands who merely just suggest things like empowerment. Understanding that and having a strong brand answer for question 2 finally got us profitable. But the real money came from actually answering another layer, which is question 3. And that is, who specifically does it solve for, and what is the TAM? A weak brand answers things like, it's for myself, and I'm a new mum and I couldn't find this, so I built it. And that's a great origin story, but it's not a market size. A brand built for one person is a personal project. You need to find out how many other people have the same problem and are actually shouting about it. A strong brand will find a defined group of people who are actively complaining about a problem right now. Your job is to identify your total addressable market, or your TAM, not a demographic estimate, but a list of real people you can point to who have already said that they want this problem solved. When I was looking for my TAM, I literally called every gym in Melbourne and asked them if they had the same problem. If they did, I added them to my TAM and started supplying them all. I even listened to the words they used to express their problem and used those same words with the next gyms that I spoke to. So after a while, we had social media influencers and airlines starting to come to us so that we can actually start creating clothing for them. And I eventually became a product development agency and a product development brand. I was making the same products just without my logos. I was doing it on the sly, and that's where the sly in Slyletica comes from. Since then, we've gone on to develop hundreds of brands for founders, all because we finally answered 3 questions. So with all that in mind, where does your brand stack up? Do you feel like all of your answers are strong, or do you still have some weak ones in there? If you're stuck at layer 3 trying to work out how to find your TAM, click on this video here. And if you're stuck with a weak answer for question 2, click on this video here for our deep dive on this exact topic, so you can make sure your brand doesn't flatline like most brands are bound to do.